the game, cause see the boxing voice.
Now, Richard, I was watching some old fights because I'm a boxing fanatic. I saw leading up to, well, I didn't even know that you were one of the promoters for the Bernard Hopkins Joe Calzaghe fight. I want to get your take on Joe Calzaghe and his legacy. How come he hasn't been, talked about as one of the best ever, considering his resume, considering he defended his title over 25 times. He beat the likes of Hopkins, Roy Jones, Lacey. Why is he not one of those guys that people talk about when it comes to the best ever?
Well, because he's a quiet guy. And sometimes quiet guys don't really get hurt as much as the ones who holler and yell. And he sort of disappeared a bit from the boxing scene. He's not really out there, and he's a terrific guy. He's a good friend of mine, and I do wish he would be more involved. And because he is clearly one of the best champions of our generation, retired undefeated. And he's just a great guy, a great personality.
Yeah, man, I've asked a lot of people about this question. He retired undefeated. He had a relatively high knockout ratio. But you don't really hear people praising him too much. Do you think just kind of his style, or he kind of went under the radar in the historical books?
I think maybe because there was a time when there were many other great UK fighters like Ricky Hatton and so on, which maybe took more of the spotlight than Joe did. But let there be no mistake. I mean, in Wales, Joe is a hero. In the UK, Joe is a hero, and the fight fans know and appreciate what Joe has done in the sport of boxing. I mean, it's legendary.
Last question, Rich, and I'll let you go. Over the years, what was one of the most memorable fights you've promoted?
Well, obviously, I'm very, very proud and very fortunate that I was able to promote from 2007 on all of Floyd Mayweather's fights together with Floyd, and in the process Floyd and me became very good friends, and we sort of we broke records together, and he was and still is extremely promotable. He's the smartest self-promoted guy I've ever met. He really gets it, and he can obviously back it up. So I can't really pick one of the Floyd fights, but I would pick all of the Floyd fights. All of those fights in Las Vegas are memories I will never forget. I was fortunate to share those memories with my then teenage sons, who became close to Floyd and close to Floyd's children as well. And in a way, we're a family and still are. These are memories and moments which I will never forget.
Ain't no other sight in the game, cause see the boxing voice.